Hey, Shalom, Shalom. This is Nama with the DC camp. First and foremost, call hello Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shabbat, Hashem Dash, and of course, double honors go out to the apostles, bishops, and elders, great millstone. Salutations to the Akim that are pushing this truth across the four corners of the globe. In all honesty and sincerity, trying to wake up the remaining, hopefully elect. All right. This is Nama with DC Camp, and as you can see, it says Florida man asks schools to ban Bible following the state's efforts to remove books. And hey, let's face it, that governor down there, DeSantis, hey, he on a roll. He ain't playing, all right? But, you know, it's kind of funny in that all these years, these devils just knew the Bible was their book. They owned it. It was about them. They were representative of the Most High, His Son, and the heavenly host. They, after all, they told everybody that they looked like them. That if there was a Most High and His Son, that they had to be so-called white. And yet now, things aren't looking too good. So, as the spoiled brats that they are, they want to just get rid of it. Strange. Anyway, this is from WEKU. It says a Florida activist, picture there, known for his tongue-in-cheek petitions to local government agencies, has asked school districts in Florida to ban the Bible. In petitions sent to public school superintendents across the state, Chad Stevens, that's his name, asked the districts to immediately remove the Bible from the classroom, library, and any instructional material. Oh, and that's not all. Wait till you hear this. Stevens wrote in the documents which were shared with NPR, additionally, here it comes, I also seek the banishment of any book that references the Bible. The fuck? They just swore this book is about us and you other low-life monkeys. No, turns out you're the low-life. You're the base man. You're the thorn in the rest of humanity's ass. You're the one that needs to be getting rid of. And they can't stand it. That's why the apostles and elders have always said, keep it spiritual, because this is what's happening. Let me get some scriptures here. This is what we're doing. And it's speeding up, ladies and gentlemen. Akim and Akwath, or Akwath and Akim, respectively. This is what we're doing. Keep it spiritual. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 4. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. We don't need guns. But mighty through the Most High to the pulling down of strongholds. What's some of the strongholds? All right. That went towards inflating this Edomite, this so-called white man's ego for centuries. 5, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and bringing into captivity every thought for the obedience of Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. That's all. The simplicity. Because you're not going to beat these devils at their own blessing. All right, which is the sword, which is deception. We don't need all that. Just tell the truth. All right. It goes on to say his petition cited a bill signed into law last month by Governor Ron DeSantis, like I said, which lets parents object to educational materials. That bill came about after some parents complained about sexually explicit books being taught in Florida schools. So you see, the thing here seems to be that, yeah, they were right to complain about, and my guess is that it's the alphabet people. They don't want that crap, and rightfully so, taught to their children. Children need to be children, and that's it. But this, and rightfully so, they see that it's being forced on them. But other people are saying, well, let's go ahead and lump this in with the rest of the stuff that we don't want. We can just add the Bible to it, and many birds with this one stone here. Okay, anyway, it says many of those books, such as Genderqueer, a memoir, deal with LGBTQ themes in coming out stories. DeSantis celebrated the removal of Genderqueer at a news conference after the signing of the law. It's a cartoon-style book with graphic images of children performing sexual acts. See, now that's just fucking, that's some degenerate shit. And then push it in children's faces. So my question is, what does the Bible have to do with that? Could it be what I stated at the onset? Let's see. Liberals have been critical of the legislation. After passage, the state's Democratic leader, Lauren Book, is this that bitch here? I bet it is. Lamented Florida's joining places like Russia and China, modern day examples of what happens when free thought and free speech are tightly restricted in all levels of society, including in school. I said in my last video, you grew up hearing all this crap like what I just read. No, we enjoy a free, we're about free speech and free. No, it's bullshit. Only when it doesn't point out your true history. And that's what's kicking them in the ass right now. All right, because modern technology and these search engines are so easy now to get this information that they thought was buried and pretty much forgotten about all these years, but now all this stuff is coming out, as is prophecy always suggested it would. Continuing on, so with Florida, the latest flashpoint in the culture wars, Stevens decided it was time to take up arms. His target, the Bible. My objection to the Bible being in your public schools is based on the following 7 points offered for your learned consideration. Stevens proceeded to question whether the Bible is age appropriate, pointing to its casual references to murder, adultery, sexual immorality, and fornication, which you all are guilty of. So, you didn't notice this all before? Do we really want to teach our youth about drunken orgies? Oh, boy. Oh, these people, they just make me fucking sick. He also took issue with the many biblical references to rape, bestiality, cannibalism, and infanticide. Like I said, you didn't know this was there before? Or has this been triggered by? Anyway, continuing on. In the end, if Jimmy and Susie are curious about any of the above, they can do what everyone else does. Get a room at the Motel 6 and grab a Gideon's hero. This, man. The 57-year-old Deerfield Beach man says his ire was stoked after Florida lawmakers decided this month to ban 54 math books that were claimed to have incorporated topics such as critical race theory. I love the algebras, says Stevens, who studied applied mathematics in college, and those Tallahassee loons just banned a bunch of arithmetic books. See, like I suggested earlier, it is about us. And let me get this scripture, because we are that burdensome stone. I'm going to get it. This is Zechariah. Let's see, is that 12 or 13? Hold on. Yeah, I will start at the top. Zechariah 12 and 1. The burden of the word of the Most High Yahweh for Israel, not anybody else, saith the Most High Yahweh, which stretcheth forth the heavens, and layeth the foundation of the earth, and formeth the spirit of man within him. 2. Behold, I will make Jerusalem a cup of trembling unto all the people round about, when they shall be in the siege both against Judah and against Jerusalem. 3. And in that day will I make Jerusalem a burdensome stone for all people. All that burden themselves with it shall be cut in pieces, though all the people of the earth be gathered together against it. And everyone hates us. Everyone hates the true Israelites. All right. Stephen sent the petitions as a way to point out the hypocrisy, he said. If you want to teach morality and ethics, do you really want to turn to a book that wants you to dash babies against rocks? Making reference to King David in Psalms 137, verse 9. Did you not do these things? Ah, but that's it. Ah, you don't want it happening to you. Well, you think what you're doing is going to stop that? Nope. Stevens, who doesn't have any children attending Florida public schools, says he hasn't heard back from any of the school districts yet, but his group is tracking when the email petitions are open. As of late Monday, the Pasco County School District had shared the email internally 35 times, he said, and Duval County reached out to the state capitol for guidance. My activism in the past has been wildly successful, and I imagine will continue on a similar trajectory. Stevens said he is particularly interested in drawing attention to the hypocrisy. I don't have the votes, he said. My job is merely to turn hypocrisy on itself and let the bureaucrats eat each other for lunch. And in much the same way, that's what we're doing. We're pointing out your hypocrisy, you damn devils. We're pointing out your hypocrisy. And everybody sees it now. All right, your skirts have been lifted and everybody sees your shame. All right, and the world is tired of it. I want to talk about some hypocrisy. You're the chief hypocrite. Continuing on, it says, it's not the first time Stevens has made waves for his activism. In 2015, he petitioned 11 South Florida municipalities to either drop the prayer that opens their city commission, so this guy's just an outright demon, all right, or let him lead a prayer in the name of Satan. See? Now we get to the real reason why he wants the scriptures banned. See, they don't want, like what it says in Revelation 13:9 and 10. If any man have an ear, let him hear it. Anyone that leads into captivity shall go into captivity, etc., etc. They don't want this, but it's inevitable. It's going to happen. There's nothing you can do. All right, the word is already out. It says, after Stephen's request, some Florida cities ended up dropping their moment of prayer altogether. The satanic stare withered them down, Stevens told his son Sentinel. And there's no, let me get it real quick. There's no enchantment. Israel, let's see. That's Numbers. Let's see. Let's see. Here we go. He just thinks it was the satanic stare. This is Numbers 23 and 23. Surely there is no enchantment against Jacob, neither is there any divination against Israel. According to this time it shall be said of Jacob and of Israel, what hath the Most High wrought? All right, so damn devil, he just thinks he's got some kind of power. You have no power but what the Most High gives you, and he's taking that away. All these curses that we like to bring out that were put on us are slowly being what? Returned onto you. All right, we want to talk about enchantments. This is Deuteronomy 30 and 7. It says, and the Most High Yahweh, thy power, will put all these curses upon thine enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. All right. Psalms 83. Hey. So I'm going to end it right there. That's pretty much it. Yeah, so this Satanist, we had to get to the end to find out his true intent. All right. He's a Satanist. And evidently a lot more people are, because they're listening to this idiot. All right. So, hey, surely time is growing short. So with that, hey, shalom.